This video provides an overview of the Bitbucket integration using the Syndea Web Dashboard for Syndea Release 3.4. We recommend watching video 1.9, Introduction to the Syndea Web Dashboard first, which illustrates how to log into the Web Dashboard and its principal features. In this video, we begin on the Repositories page, where we identify the Bitbucket category and expand it to show the specific repositories in this category. If there are no existing repositories, we can add one by selecting Bitbucket and clicking the Add Repositories icon. In our case, we already are linked to an existing repository named Bitbucket at Intercax. If we need to add or update our access credentials for this, select it and click the gear-shaped Update Repositories icon. If our credentials are good, Bitbucket at Intercax appears in the Tree View column and can be expanded to show workspaces, Git repositories, branches, commits, files, folders, and tags. Note the differing icons. For more information on the Bitbucket data model, and how it relates to the Syndea graph, review the background section on the Bitbucket Hands-On Tutorial 23.1. We can launch the Bitbucket interface and view the selected elements in our default browser directly from the Tree View by right-clicking and selecting More Details. We can also learn more about the objects in the Tree View using the icons on the right. Details shows us the properties of the Bitbucket element, including its name, type, URL, and version. These can be displayed in the default order shown, or alphabetically, using the icons at the top. Click Details again to close the panel. The search icon allows us to search the repository. If we choose Resources, we can select a workspace, Git repository, and resource type to search, and a word from the resource name, for example, bin. From the search results on the right, we can right-click an object and access the same functions available in the Tree View to the left. The Relations icon lets us see what the selected element, now ignored bin commit, is connected to. The Syndea Web Dashboard can show both intermodel connections, the links from the Bitbucket element to a model element in another domain, which Syndea creates and manages, and intramodel connections between Bitbucket elements. However, in Syndea 3.4, Syndea recognizes no intramodel relationships inside Bitbucket. In this case, there are two existing intermodel connections, one to a Doors requirement and one to a Jira task. We can add a third from the web dashboard using the Add icon, which opens a new window. To add a new reference relationship to the Syndea database, we select a Syndea project, watch video 1.5 on projects if needed, select a target repository, Eris at Intercax in this case, and expand the contents of that repository to check the box beside the element we want to connect to. Before creating the connection, we have the option of setting the direction of the relation, all Syndea connections having a defined direction. When we click Create Reference Relationship and refresh the relations display, the new intermodel relation appears. In Syndea Release 3.4, this feature works only for reference intermodel connections. Intramodel connections and model transform intermodel connections are not possible for the Bitbucket integration, but may be available in future releases. The Syndea Web Dashboard provides an alternate view of the network of connections involving Bitbucket elements, called the Digital Thread Explorer. If we right-click on a Bitbucket object and choose Graph View, the window shifts to show a single node. If we hover over it, info about it appears in a small window. Its color corresponds to the color key on the right. View video 110, Setting Graph Display Preferences, for info about graph colors and layout. If we right-click and choose Expand, we see all the connections to it, in this case to a Doors requirement, a JIRA issue, and the Eris part we just connected. As in the tree view, we can open the connected element directly from the diagram in our browser, if its repository is accessible through the Syndeia cloud. We can also expand the new nodes to interactively follow a chain of connections. There are a few features of the Bitbucket integration, such as compare operations across reference connections, that are only accessible from the Syndeia client dashboard. Check out the Bitbucket tutorials and demonstrations under Syndeia plugin headings.